Hello friend, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Before I get in, firstly, please subscribe. It truly helps out my channel, and so if you're not subscribed, like, what are you waiting for, so please subscribe. And then secondly, please like this video. I truly appreciate it, and it truly helps me. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so I have my notes here. But anyway, so today I woke up, when you wake up and you feel so motivated. That was me today. And so today I woke up, I felt just so motivated. And I just wanted to have like a day, like a reset day, like a getting my life back in order kind of day. And so that's what I had today. And so the first thing I did when I woke up was to spend time with the Lord. Okay, not exactly when I woke up, but the first thing I did in the morning was to spend time with the Lord, and this is just so important. I feel like it sets you off on the right foot. You start your day on the right foot, and with the right perspective. Can I tell you, so grizzly when I don't spend time with the Lord. But that was the first thing I did this morning, was just spending time with the Lord. And then the second thing was to just journal or spending time with the Lord plus journal. And it's so important to just give it all to Him. And I have a challenge for you. Can I give you a challenge? So I saw this quote, but by this handle on Instagram. I don't know how to say her name, and I don't want to botch it up. But I saw this quote, and she said, pray for the person that hurt you the most. Now, isn't this so convicting? Like, when I think of the person who has hurt me the most, there is one person who comes to mind automatically. Am I the only one? I'm sure I'm not the only one. But there's one person that comes to mind automatically. And so I was so challenged this morning to just pray for that person, to truly, there we go, to truly just pray for this person. And so I challenge you, while you're doing this and while you're getting your life together, to just pray for this person, whoever that is. Because oftentimes when you're feeling unmotivated, you're holding on to hurt, or unforgiveness or bitterness, whatever that looks like. And so I truly just encourage you to pray for this person, whoever that person is, right? And then the second thing is to get dressed or semi-dressed. So right now I'm wearing this cute little sweatshirt, but I'm wearing sweatpants and Uggs under this, and after this video I'm going to go put on my warm fuzzy robe, right? But I'm semi-dressed today. I've done my hair up, because it's looking ratchet. I'm wearing a fancy-ish shirt, but and then sweatpants, so semi-dressed. But that's what matters, is that I'm semi-dressed and I'm not in the same clothes that I went to sleep in, And so I truly encourage you. The next thing is to just shower, brush your teeth, get ready, and get semi-dressed. Even if you spent the whole day in bed, at least you're looking cute, and this truly just changes the game, and it sort of sets you off on the right foot, because a lot of this is just about re-establishing things that had sort of fallen away, And then the third thing that I did today, and that you should do, is to do that thing that you've been avoiding. So this could be a to-do task. So for example, you have work that you need to do, that essay that you need to write, or it could be an emotion that you need to deal with. And so for me, I just needed to deal with some stuff in my heart, and it's not super heavy or anything, but just some stuff that had built up. And so I have to ask you, what's your default setting, right? So on a phone or on a device, you have a default setting that it comes with. What's your default setting? So mine, for example, when things get hectic, I distract. That took a minute for me to say, but I distract, right? So instead of dealing with the problem head on, confronting, which some people are so good at. I am not one of those people. I distract and I do other things. These other things aren't bad necessarily, but it's distracting, right? And so it's turning your focus from all this stuff here and actually turning it to here, so that you move away from whatever that coping mechanism is. Some people shut down, some people deal with it head on, which is good, and so whatever that is, it's just dealing with that problem or that emotion, which is why this morning during my devotion I was crying and dealing with stuff, because that's how it is, and I'm an emotional person. I'm proud of it. But just dealing with whatever that thing you need to deal with is. And this could also be cleaning your space. And so the next thing that I did was just make my bed and clean my space. So I have this philosophy, and I live by this. It's in two things, but I'll share I'll share both of them. But so I believe that you should make your bed every day. Now, I'm not perfect at this in the slightest, but it's so good to make your bed, because whether you have the worst day of your life or the best day of your life, either one, you can always come home to a made bed, and it's such a relief, coming home and going to your bedroom, and it's just, you've got this beautifully made bed, and the other thing is washing your face. I believe you should wash your face every night, so that whether you've had the worst day of your life or the best day of your life, you can wash it all off with warm water, really, really comforting. But truly just making your bed and cleaning your space. I feel like even your thoughts are clearer when your space is clean, because you're not constantly worrying about, oh, I need to put this away, or I need to do this. Your space is already clean. That way your thoughts have you can think, and this is just such a game changer. I tell you, friend, this is such a game changer. And then the fifth thing that I did was just write it down, whatever this is. So whether it's a to-do list, whether it's an idea for a video, right? Whether it's the things I said a to-do list already, whether it's journaling, whatever that looks like, write it down. You just have to start, and you just have to write it down. And that's so important. There's something so nice about getting it out of here and getting it on here that is just so helpful, and something that I just wanted to share with you that I realized this morning when I was getting dressed was that, and it's such a simple concept, but oftentimes the devil misconstrues it, and it's changed from what we believe, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, the thing is that if it's shame, if it's guilt, if it's anxiety, that's not the Lord speaking, right? The Lord doesn't speak through shame. The Lord doesn't speak through guilt. He doesn't speak through anxiety. He doesn't speak through self-doubt. He doesn't speak through feeling like an imposter. He doesn't speak through any of that. I love how I put my thumb up for the next thing, but I couldn't think of the next thing. He doesn't speak through any of that. The Lord speaks through conviction. He speaks through peace. He speaks through clarity. If it's confusion, it's not the Lord, but if it's clarity, it's the Lord. If it's guilt and shame, it's not the Lord, but if it's peace, it's the Lord. And of course he speaks through many other ways, through his word, through those around you, through nature. But if it's any of those, doubt, shame, guilt, anxiety, that is not the Lord, and it's crazy how often we believe that, oh, I feel anxious about this, so it must be the Lord, when no, that is not how he speaks. The Lord comes from a place of love, and all those things aren't coming from a place of love. Oftentimes oftentimes the devil will take that conviction that the Lord gives, that gentle nudging, and he will turn it to shame and guilt. He'll take that clarity that the Lord gives, and he'll turn it to confusion. And so I'm not saying that there isn't an underlying problem, because oftentimes we need to go and look back and look at our hearts, and see okay, what is truly the root problem of feeling this guilt and shame, and then we need to change the narrative from guilt and shame to what the Lord speaks through, right? Because if it's guilt, if it's shame, any of that, it's not the Lord. But if it's, like I said, and so we need to change that narrative, and we need to deal with the root problem. But friend, I don't know who this is for today, but I just want to remind you that if it's guilt or shame, it's not from the Lord. If it's anxiety, it's not from the Lord. If it's doubt, or doubt is a tricky one, because sometimes you not feeling at peace is from the Lord, definitely. But if it's confusion, it's not from the Lord. If it's, if it's feeling like an imposter, it's not from the Lord. If it's feeling awful or anxious or anything like that, it's not from the Lord, and I truly just wanted to remind you of that. And I was reminded of that myself, and obviously you have to deal with the root problem. I'm not saying there's not a root problem. I'm just saying that those feelings surrounding that is not from the Lord. The crazy thing about God is that he's a gentleman, and he never forces his way in, and so when he leads with conviction, it's like a gentle nudging, you know. I'm not saying that he can't speak in mighty ways, which he certainly does, but most times it's a gentle sort of nudging. And if you don't listen to it, even when he speaks in mighty ways, if you don't listen to it, you don't listen to it, and that's your choice, you know. That guilt and shame that comes afterwards is not of the Lord, you know. Should you have listened to the Lord? Yes, but he never speaks in guilt and shame. And so I just want you to remember that, and I hope that sticks with you, and I hope that speaks to you, you know. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed having a reset day. It truly just put my mind in the right frame of mind. You can see that, like, you guys, it is cold outside. Well, it's okay, it's not as cold as it has been, but it's like cloudy, that's the word. It's cloudy outside, and I'm just about to put on my fluffy robe to warm up, but I truly hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got something out of it, and I hope that I could serve you through this video, you know. I truly hope that, and so yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, you know. It truly helps me out, and turn on the little bell, ding ding ding, you know. Turn on the little bell so that you get notified every time a new video is live. And so nowadays I am trying to post 2 videos a week. Actually, I am holding to my word. I'm posting 2 videos a week, one on a Monday and then one on a Thursday or a Friday, and so that's 2 videos a week, double the content. Super exciting. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow at the Project Youve on Instagram, and I'll see you in next week's video, or in Monday's video. All right, I love you so much, friends. Bye. Bye.